Need to learn about mid-segments for an assignment or a test? Then you're in the right place. I'm the math professor, Kyle Martin. This is a channel where we do our math homework fast and accurately. All right, today we're going to teach you all about mid-segments, some of their special properties to answer these questions, as well as a few more examples. So let's get into it. Okay, first off, what is a mid-segment? A mid-segment is just if you have a midpoint somewhere on the edge of a triangle and then a midpoint on another edge, if you connect those, this CA is a mid-segment. So this says that A, B, and C are midpoints, and so on triangle XYZ. So we need to figure out what we can fill these in with to make these things true. And there's some special properties with these that we're going to find out. For example, XY is parallel to what? Well, XY is this side over here. It's going to be parallel to the mid-segment that goes through the other two sides. Okay, so this is XY. Here's the other side. Here's another side. This one goes through both of those. So you can say that AB is parallel to XY. So in this line right here, we'd say AB. What about YZ? YZ is parallel to what? Well, YZ is over there. It's parallel to this one. We can use two triangles or two arrows for that one and say CB. Now this also works the other way. What if you're given a mid-segment? Like AC is a mid-segment. That's this one. It's parallel to the other side. So if I put 1, 2, 3 triangles on this one, then its other side is XZ. 1, 2, 3 for XZ. Okay? Now, there's some other properties that are special that talk about congruence. For example, AC. AC is that mid-segment I was just talking about. It's going to be congruent to both XB. So maybe I'll put one tick mark there. So that's congruent to XB, and it's also congruent to BZ. So again, that's the side it's parallel to, and it's congruent to both of its, this part of so the midpoint is B, so XB, and on the other side of the midpoint, BZ. Those are both congruent. So I can say XB and BZ. All right, what about AB? AB is another mid-segment right here. Well, this one, remember, it has one triangle, so it's congruent, or it's parallel, excuse me, to this side. Well, it's also going to be congruent to each of those parts. So I can put two tick marks here, two tick marks from X to C, and two tick marks from C to Y to show those are congruent. Oops, two like that. Okay, so I'm going to say XC and CY. XC, CY. All right, what about BC? Now, BC is our third mid-segment, and this has two triangles showing me it's parallel to YZ. All right, so I can put three tick marks there to show it's congruent to AZ, 1, 2, 3, and YA, 1, 2, 3. So AZ and YA. All right, so what can I do with that? Let's see if we can answer some more questions on this next one. All right, so I still have my triangle over here, but now I have a new question. It says if XY equals 10, find AB. Okay, so I kind of pulled this triangle out over here, just using those important parts that we're talking about, so it's not as messy. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. I think that's kind of messy. Let's just write out these parts. So it says XY, that's this length over here. That is 10, okay? We need to find AB. I'll call that... maybe I'll call it X since it's an unknown, all right? So we have to remember that this had two tick marks and so did this and this. So if that's true, that means that is congruent to this, which is congruent to this. And I think this was letter C, right? Okay, so if this whole part is 10, then I can cut it up into two parts and say 5 and 5 for CY and XC. So this is 5, this is 5. The whole thing is 10, right? And then this has two tick marks, this has two tick marks, and so does this, which means X also has to be 5. All right, so we just learned right there that the mid-segment is going to be half of its parallel side of the outside of the triangle. All right, so I guess find AB, we can say AB equals 5, right? But what if I wanted to find something different? What if I said XZ was 12? All right, XZ was 12. Just with a snap of the finger, I could right away say CA is 6. It is half of its side length because this is a mid-segment. So I could say that is 6. All right, and likewise, if I was given maybe this one with 3 tick marks, CB, if I called that 4, then I can double it to get to its outside parallel side length. Okay, so 4 would have to be 8 right here. And again, that's true because if this has 3 tick marks, and so does this, and so does this, 4 plus 4 gives me 8 for YZ. All right, so we have a new triangle now with some new directions. This says BC is 2x plus 4. Let's write that in there, 2x plus 4. All right, and is a midsegment of the triangle. Find AD if AD equals 6x minus 12. 6x minus 12 for AD. All right, so we just have to remember that this midsegment is going to be half of our outside edge, okay? Or one way you could think of this is if I want those to be equal to each other, I have to double this one, all right, in order to get it equal to this. So let's do that. Let's take 2 times our middle one, 2 times 2x plus 4. We're doubling it, so it equals this now, equals 6x minus 12. And then I can solve for x. All right, if I plug this in, let's see, that's 4x plus 8 equals, this side just stays the same, 6x minus 12. Subtract 4x, add 12, and what happens here? Let's see, that cancels. This is going to be 20 equals 2x, so x equals 10, all right? X equals 10, but it doesn't want me to find x. It says find AD. Well, AD is 6x minus 12. So instead of x, I need to plug in 10, right? 6 times 10 minus 12. And 6 times 10, of course, is 60. 60 minus 12 is 48. So 48 is AD. And then if you wanted to, you could figure out BC. BC is going to be half of 48, which is 24. Let's check it. Let's see, 2, remember x is 10, plus 4, yep, 2 times 10 is 20, plus 4 is 24. Hey guys, if this video helped you out, I bet the remote interior angle theorem video will help you out as well. Check it out.